Dear students, we are in the second part of the topic epilepsy. So, continuing the classification, under the partial seizures, as I have already given an introduction regarding partial seizures, it consists of and simple or complex which becomes generalized. So, three types. In the simple with motor symptoms, with autonomic symptoms, and psychic symptoms. With motor symptoms means musculoskeletal muscle movements, musculoskeletal movements related symptoms. So flexing and extension, flexion and extension, alternative movements of the upper limb, lower limb, trunk, movement of the trunk. So basically muscles, creating movement of all the joints in a fashion. Different type of that's what we call as seizures. Autonomic symptoms may be related to parasympathetic and sympathetic related hyperfunctions or hypofunctions which may happen. So such as sweating, voiding of bladder, and increased cardiac activity, respiratory activity, all those things can happen. Psychic symptoms can also happen because here the patient is not is in conscious stage. Seizures which may start as simple seizures may go on to lead into complex seizures, means the level of consciousness, that is LOC means the level of consciousness may be altered, and in some cases it may be from the simple seizure going on to become complex. In some cases the beginning itself is a altered level of consciousness from the beginning itself. In the generalized seizures, if we are talking about generalization, absence. Absence means seizure is happening, but we don't see any kind of characteristics. So seizures is happening, but no characteristics of seizure is shown. But post seizure signs will be present. So these kind of seizure are very difficult to diagnose. Then we have the myoclonic seizure, the clonic seizure, the tonic clonic seizure. So we'll talk about that later. Epilepsy syndromes. Seizures may occur as partial or generalized, further divided into idiopathic. So idiopathic, symptomatic, and cryptogenic are the basic types of division in epilepsy syndromes. So seizures which may be occur because of partial or generalized, which comes under the heading epilepsy, which we call as epileptic syndrome. The child will be diagnosed as epileptic and having epileptic syndrome is further divided into three causes, that is idiopathic, symptomatic, cryptogenic, and certain special situations such as febrile, that is due to high fever. Idiopathic generalized epilepsy IGE is a group of epileptic disorders that are believed to have a strong underlying genetic basis. So even though idiopathic means cause is unknown, but here the cause is still unknown, but some genetic reason is there, but that is not clearly understood. Symptomatic is acute symptomatic seizures or events occurring in close temporal relationship with an acute. The temporal relationship is a time related to time of the acute CNS insult. Any injury to the CNS and within that acute time relationship is very important. Then only we can call it as symptomatic. And this acute insult to CNS can be traumatic, metabolic, structural, toxic, infection due to inflammation. A cryptogenic seizure is a seizure of unknown etiology and it is not associated with the previous central nervous system CNS. A cryptogenic seizure is a seizure of unknown etiology and is not associated with the previous central nervous system CNS insult known to increase the risk of developing epilepsy. Cryptogenic seizures does not conform to the criteria for the idiopathic or symptomatic categories. Special situations, that is febrile seizures. So that is a final thing. Main periods according to age. So we can also divide it to. So I have given a lot of classifications of many kinds of classifications are coming. So that is basically because the way the neurologists diagnose this is taking into consideration all of this. So in the main in neonatal it is three types: subtle, erratic, or non-febrile. In the infancy and the early childhood, 3 months to 3 years, that is the infancy stage to early childhood they are talking about, is febrile seizures, types of seizures which may occur due to fever. Infantile spasms, these are spasm like movements in infants. Lennox-Gastaut, which is a particular type of seizure. Myoclonic seizures, status epilepticus, and partial complex. We will discuss about that later on. In the main periods according to aging, childhood to now we finish with the early childhood. Now childhood to early adolescence, three types basically happen. Types are cryptogenic absences, as we already discussed, absence, but seizure is happening, but it is symptoms are signs and symptoms are absent. Post seizure signs will be positive. Benign Rolandic epilepsy, 9 years to adulthood, it is primary generalized epilepsy, focal epilepsy with brain injury is exactly known the location of the brain injury. So, according to statistics from the International League Against Epilepsy, which we have the definition also we have taken from the ILAE only. Primary clonic seizures are 20%. Primary tonic clonic are 20%. Simple partial, which you have already discussed, is of 20%. Absent seizures 10%, and more in children. This is if you are taking the whole. We are taking the whole statistics of the whole neonatal early childhood, the childhood, adolescent, and adult. In that, absent seizures are 10%. Then altogether the other Lennox Gestalt, all those kind of other which comes, all will cover to 10%. 40% of the epilepsy is adult. In adults is complex partial seizures. So simple partial is 20%. Complex partial consists of 20, 40, so 60% is made up of simple partial and complex partial. Then 20% made up of primary tonic-clonic seizures, so that makes 80%. The rest of the 10%, absent seizure is 10%, and other all together are 10%. So we'll go through the neonatal seizures. What will happen? Subtle seizures. Neonatal seizures, subtle means it begins instantly, very abruptly, very instantaneously it happens. So what you can observe is that the child's eye suddenly goes to deviates to one side, stays there for some times. Then what happens? The eyelids are flickering during this time. Then the child starts swimming and pedaling movements. Rhythmic swimming and pedaling movements. Apneic spell, that is, this is what makes the seizure fatal. Apnea means loss of breathing, so cessation of breathing. So these spells are happening. In a tonic seizure, the tone is greatly increased. So here we will understand the types of tonic means in the tone of the muscle is also increasing during the seizure. The tone, the person's muscle tone is very tough. The when somebody is having a seizure, you try to go and hold them, you cannot, because they have a severe involuntary increase in the tone of the muscle. The tone is greatly increased. The body, arms or legs become suddenly stiff or tense. This in the olden days were considered something like abnormal. This is what you call that, something like a ghost is doing this. Those kind of belief were there. So tonically seizures are talking about increased tone. Clonic means there is a sustained rhythmical jerking movement. So like a jerking, one like hand moves in a, like flexion action, like what we have in a we have in a spastic, when we move the spastic upper limb, it goes into a repetitive, those kind of jerking, rhythmical jerking movement is called a clonic. Myoclonic seizures are brief shock-like jerks of a muscle or a group of muscles. So it's a brief shock-like jerks. If somebody had a shock, so like how they somebody who gets an electric shock, how they move. In the same way, this is called as myoclonic. So clonics means sustained rhythmical jerking. Myoclonic seizure means brief shock-like jerks. It's not rhythmical, it's brief shock like jerks is called as myoclonic. And tonic is tone is increased. And so that means a combination. The clonic tonic means they have rhythmical action along with the tone increase. So this is basically it's all related to the motor system. The motor descending motor system is is affected, and the abnormal discharge is creating all these kinds of movement in the body of the patient who undergoes the seizure. So etiology of neonatal seizure, perinatal is hypoxic ischemic encephalopathies, metabolic hypoglycemia, reduced sugar, reduced calcium, reduced magnesium, and other such metabolic alterations, infections, structural abnormalities. Treatment of neonatal seizures are basically aimed at optimizing ventilation, because apnea it can happen. Cessation of their breathing has to be prevented. So during this we already know that autonomic nerve system, autonomic dysfunctions are happening. So all this will be affecting the respiratory rate, and cessation of breathing can be happen. The brainstem, the medulla area can be affected, and that respiratory centers can be affected. Cardiac output may increase, further BP may increase during the seizure, but post seizure everything will go down. Hypo, like pressure will go down, blood pressure may go down. uh, Glucose level drastically goes down, because the brain uses all the glucose, and because of this exhaustion may happen. Electrolytes and pH value may go to abnormality. We already saw that lot of decrease in potassium, calcium, sodium, all the levels may be altered. So this has to be corrected. So optimizing ventilation, what are the pathology, we have to correct it. Optimize ventilation to maintain oxygenation. So oxygen saturation has to be maintained. Cardiac output, check the cardiac output, normalize it, cardiac output. So check for the normal cardiac ECG, everything has to be done. BP, blood pressure has to be managed. If at all hypotension has come after this thing, that has to be circulatory management. So cardiac output, BP, circulatory management. Here it is respiratory management, that is oxygenation, and then glucose. So then electrolytes. So we can take into four parts. So oxygen, airway, so that is airway, and then breathing. So that will lead to circulation, that is here, and then glucose, that is nutrition of the brain to maintain the otherwise the brain function will further deteriorate. Electrolytes, those for four parts of treatment. Treat the underlying disease. So initially we have to do all this to save the patient and to bring back and further reduce the post-epileptic syndrome effects. Then treatment has to be given for underlying disease, which you already discussed, whatever may be the cause. Intravenous line is essential. Why? Because if you want to maintain the electrolytes, you want to give certain glucose and all, intravenous line has to be very, very essential. Treat the seizures promptly and vigorously. Seizure stages of seizures is very, very important. So the earlier the treatment is given to the patient is better. Treatment medications of that will come into phenobarbital, phenytoin will come later to see discuss about the medications. Febrile seizures, another type of seizure which is related to fever. So seizure in children between the age of 6 months and 3 to 4, or that is 5 years, in association with fever, but without evidence of any intracranial. If there is an intracranial infection, and then the fever is high, means we cannot call that seizure as febrile seizure. That is a seizure. It can be we can call it as a symbol or a complex according to the type of characteristics. So here we to call a seizure febrile means the child should not have any intracranial infection, rather than any other external infection. In the extracranial infection leading to fever can only be called as febrile seizures. Majority occurs before the age of 3. Average onset is 18 months to 24 months. Boys are having more than girls. Pathophysiology is seizure threshold is low in children. The seizure threshold, or the tolerance level of the brain to prevent seizure is very, very less. So suddenly the temperature increases, and the increase in temperature triggers the brain areas where the seizure activities are triggered. Susceptible to infections such as any infection, such as upper respiratory tract infection, lower respiratory tract infections are the respiratory infections. Basically, upper and lower tracts are the common causes for such conditions. mainly in if it is in children, it is mainly due to early, early birth, that is preterm delivery, all those kind of condition. Possible role of endogenous pyrogens leading to infections.